Hey, good morning everyone. It's Ken.
Ray.
Two Drunk Brothers Garage.
Back part
11.
Big Bertha. We pushed out a little video there yesterday. We're looking for comments on video length, short versus long. So who knows where part 11 will actually get us. It depends on if we get any feedback on that. Could be a short video, could be a long video. But today,
we're gonna mate the transmission and engine together, get the new clutch in it, and hopefully get her stabbed in the truck today.
Yeah, if we get it stabbed in the truck and bolted up, we have all day tomorrow too. So if we get that far today, then we'll see where we are in the day and then start bolting things back together. But just exactly opposite of what we did taking her out. So.
I mean, we're going to try putting it in a little different than what we took it out, because we left the transmission in when we pulled the motor, but because of new clutch and stuff, we're thinking about trying to stab it in all at one time so we don't have the problem of trying to line it up in the truck.
Yep. So here we go. All right, I got that hood taken back off with the center piece, with the cross piece. So as soon as Ken gets back from running his errand, we are going to probably start piecing those two guys together. Okay, Kenny's back from his errand. I also cleaned out some stuff out of the cab of the truck, got the radiator and everything up because it was blocking the transmission tunnel hole. But we are decided we got to get this up on the cherry picker. We're gonna try. Ken's making lots of noise. Gonna try to use the cherry picker instead of the chain hoist, and we got to get the shifter removed off of that so we can focusing on my finger. Got to get the shifter removed off the transmission. We got to get the clutch. This guy up on the cherry picker, get the clutch mounted, and then mate the transmission to it. And we are going to try to stick it in as a whole unit. All right, so we got the flywheel on, stepped it up 3 different levels of torque, 25, 60, 80 per what we found on Google. Next thing, we're gonna put the pilot bearing in and then bolt the pressure plate on. We gotta get some brake clean this, and then start mating the transmission to this. Okay, we used a alignment tool. We hope we got that flex plate or the clutch in there. Flex plate's torqued down 38 foot-pounds is what they said to the flywheel. We greased up and got the new throw-out bearing in the transmission. We went ahead and greased our zerks. There's one on each side for the shaft that runs through there and controls the throw-out bearing. So now we're ready to see if our alignment, see if we're gonna be able to get this lined up and bolted together. And we gotta find the bell housing bolts.
It should be over here in this. It should be these bolts right here.
And our goal is to still get this mated, get it stabbed into Big Bertha. We do have to remove the shifter. And I don't know if I pointed this out, but while I was gone, Kenny got a new 5-ball shift handle.
That's in a video.
Well, he says it's in a video,
It's
folks.
in a video of me painting that.
Okay, there we go. All right, we got the transmission mated to the engine. Actually lined up pretty good. So good thing we ran in and got a clutch alignment tool. We're kind of in shock that we don't have a clutch alignment tool, but whatever. We did, we were gonna drain the oil, but this was already broken. Sorry, that plug was already broken. And then we broke it further. Ken broke it further.
I did.
What we're gonna do is once we get it in, we'll just go ahead and pull off one of the access panels, let it drain out, put that back in, and then fill it back up. We do need to figure out, it smells like it's gear lube in there, like for a rear differential, but we gotta figure out what the specs are for this transmission. But we're gonna go ahead and change positions on the time lapse. Maybe I'll set it up on top of the cab and start getting this thing resting back in there. We're hoping we can do it as one piece. All right, guys, we got that kind of stabbed in there. We're having a problem. We can't find the 2 bolts for that. We were missing we got to get down there and get the mounts in the transmission cross member. We couldn't remember what we did with the bolts. We found the bolts. We left them in the parts washer. And I'm sure we told ourselves that we would remember that, but yeah, we didn't. So we're just cleaning up those bolts, get the transmission mount in there, and then we just gotta find 2 bolts to go in there. It doesn't really matter, but basically we got her stabbed almost. All right, I got transmission mount bolts, 3 out of the 4 in. We still gotta move her around and line up to do the front mount bolts.
These are actually, it's lined up.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Kenny's gonna pull the engine hoist out.
Get it out of the way.
She actually went in pretty smooth with the transmission and the engine, surprisingly.
Yeah, it went in better than I thought it was going to.
Yep. But yeah, she's sitting in there. Kenny says the bolt holes are lined up for those. We just gotta, they had some old bolts with some
Great big washers that were too big for the bolts, and
so we found some straps because the holes in here are quite a bit bigger. And so we're just gonna bolt it on with those. And I gotta go back down in there. I got a transmission mount bolt on this side. I gotta go get in. You guys can see back there, the top one's in. I just gotta get the bottom one in. And that might be it for this afternoon. And then tomorrow come out and start putting the accessories back on.
and drive shaft. We might get the drive shaft done today.
Maybe. We'll see how we feel.
Yeah.
All right. So got those two bolts tight. Got those two bolts tight up in there. Oh, sorry. I'm blocking the sunshine there, but two bolts on that side, two bolts on this side over here. And then Kenny got the front of, let's see if I get up there. He got the front mount
With the straps.
right there with those straps that we were talking about. Instead of using big washers, we just had those 2-hole straps laying around, so they worked well. So everything is back in. I got an inspection plate here. I think we decided I'm gonna try to get a pair of channel locks on this broken thing and just see if we can get that down to drain it instead of taking the side panel off. If we get that out, we'll go into town tomorrow. Hopefully get that. That's probably just like a cast black iron pipe or something will work. Hope.
That's all that is, I think, is cast iron.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll work, but we're gonna try to get that out next. So, actually had success grabbing that last little bit with the pair of channel locks. It's gonna be kind of hard one-handed, but I'm gonna be able to drain this transmission, and then we'll take this plug, and tomorrow we're gonna meet in town. Kenny's got to go to work for just a safety meeting for an hour or so. We're gonna meet in town and grab. We need to get an oil filter for this.
Oil.
We need to get we need to get oil, the gear lubes, and
Yeah, engine oil.
actually the engine oil. I can bring that Rotel gas stuff that I got at my house.
Yeah, we can run 530 in this.
Oh! Now I just made a mess, of course,
All right, we got
and
over our brother.
and this stuff is nasty. I don't know if you guys can see that, and there might even be there's some colors in there. If I was a gold miner, I'd be happy right now.
Why, is there gold flecks coming out of it?
Yeah,
That ain't good.
that's what I'm saying.
And actually,
But we have no idea how old this was, so we're gonna change it. But the plug came out. I don't know where it went. It's probably in the pan. So we're gonna go ahead and got the drain plug out of the transmission. It's draining. We'll take that into town tomorrow. We're gonna go ahead and mount the shifter. We're just kind of taking care of a few little things. This guy right here, let's not talk about that guy right there. Let's just say that was a better option than pulling everything back out because we failed to preload the shifter up into the tunnel. So, hey, guys, if it works, is it really stupid? Yeah, probably, but we can weld that back in. We kept the piece. We just need to put a magnet on that, clean that up, and put a couple spot welds, tack welds on there, and it'll be good to go. But it was much better than pulling the whole motor and transmission back out. So Kenny's holding that up. I already got one spring in across there. There's three little springs that go down, and hopefully I don't drop
Don't put
any
it
of
in,
them in the transmission there.
or put them in the wrong holes.
Well, there's 3 holes and then 2, so I'm assuming that the 3 holes,
spread ones, yeah.
yeah, are for the springs.
Yeah, just don't drop none in the tranny, because then we have to pull the tranny back out.
But now we got that, so Ken can. Now I gotta align these
forks.
move. I gotta align the forks in the transmission as he's going down, and right there, keep going down, Ken. It's actually okay. Go over a little bit. There you go. Keep going down. Keep right there. She's down on there. Hold it. Hold it. I'll get the front bolt going. Back one started. I just knocked the light over on you guys. But anyhow, you guys see what we got going here. We just gotta push that down a little bit to squish those. Push that forward a little bit. Squish those springs down. And oh yeah, that one went in. Nice and easy. And get this other one in.
Over back, yeah, right there.
There. Started right in, nice and easy peasy. Now Kenny can go get the 9/16 and a wicked wobble, I think. Is
A wicked wobble, or just or do you want to just do it?
or maybe I did wrenches because the ratchet's
Too tall.
yeah, maybe a shorty. We could try with a shorty 9/16, but anyhow. There, that's all. Wow, that one probably got some dirt or something in it. It's a little. But anyhow, we're getting the shifter back in. Just kind of, having some liquid
Bruceys.
refreshment while we're
Some barley pops.
just pecking away at the little stuff.
Oh shit.
So we got that shifter all bolted back in there. It works. We got the boot back down. Yeah, we're going to have to pick the boot back up when we go and tack weld that. Just kind of gathering parts for tomorrow, or just going through this stuff for tomorrow. We have a box of parts, goodies. We're going to get fan belts. We're going to take them in. They got a part number on them. This is the oil filter holder. That's the gasket. This thing is hard and brittle, so we really need that. Radiator hoses, we can get it. The
New drain plug.
new drain plug. We need heater core hose. We're just putting that in there to remind us. We need obviously the oil, gear lube for the transmission. We're just kind of setting up, getting ready for tomorrow, so when I meet Kenny in town after his safety meeting, then we can go buy some goodies for Big Bertha.
All right, everyone.
Wrap up of
Part 11.
part 11.
As you see, we got the motor in, bolted in.
Bolted down.
Yep. Gear shifter in.
Yeah. You guys, the part we won't talk about.
Yeah, the part we won't talk about.
It was way easier than
Pull
pulling
out.
everything back out. So that's all right.
Because we had a brain fart.
That's a good one. Yeah, we're meet up tomorrow. Like we said, we showed you guys. Gonna get a bunch of new
Few
parts
parts,
and pieces and fluids for this, and hopefully tomorrow, water pump,
Alternator,
power steering
pump,
starter,
and drive shaft,
and
a few other, linkage stuff.
obviously the fluid changes and getting the transmission fluids in and everything. But we
engine oil.
hopefully tomorrow we'll be firing her up and getting her out of Kenny's garage for his start of his work week under its own power.
Yeah, hopefully.
If not, it's going to sit here for 4 or 5 months of winter. Christmas. Well, Christmas
No,
too.
we will be pulling it back out and parking it. But
Might be a little difficult going down between the sheds with all this ice out there, but
yeah. And I was thinking the other day when we talked about no brakes, it's because there's a hose that goes from that canister up to the back of the engine that has to have air pressure or vacuum to run the brakes. That's why they worked the last time. When we pulled out that one time, we couldn't get it started.
yeah,
And we didn't have the brakes that one time. And then we got it started again, we got brakes.
gotcha.
So,
I understand what he's saying now.
yeah,
Maybe. I don't know.
I'll show you the hose.
Anyhow, everybody, if you guys like the video, please throw us that
Thumbs up.
Yep.
And comment.
Comment.
And definitely subscribe.
Yes.
Like we
please.
said in the other video, we're really trying to hit that 500 mark.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost you guys anything, and it helps us out, so
Yep.
we appreciate it.
Yep. So, cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, Kenny. Ray.
Ken.
Two Drunk Brothers Garage.
Thanks for watching.